Syrian refugees across the nation this week have been in fear of losing their temporary protected status. The program, which works like a visa, allows refugees to live safely in the U.S. The Trump administration has reportedly just extended the program for another 18 months, but it leaves many refugees wondering what could happen in the future. According to an article from Politico, some members of the Trump administration want to cap the number of refugees allowed from another country, any country, in 2020 at 0. No refugees at all. In this 4 News Now exclusive, our Mayor Kawash shares the story of one refugee who found his way out of South Sudan. Mayor?
Jackson Leno has been making a proper living for himself right here in the U.S. for 18 years now. Yet, he still sits with some fear tonight, with the thought that he may never see his brother ever again. Poverty, danger. This is reality every day for thousands living in South Sudan.
We did not feel safe. There was a lot of threats. There's a lot of difficulties, not having enough food to eat, just not feeling safe, not knowing if you're going to wake up the next morning.
Leno came to the U.S. in 2000 as a refugee in hopes of escaping persecution for his family's religious beliefs. While he and some of his family have gotten out, his brother hasn't been as fortunate, still living in South Sudan. If the Trump administration shuts down the refugee program in 2020, then they may never see each other again.
My hope is to one day be able to unite with him. I haven't seen him since I was 12 years old. And so that's something for me would be a dream to have him come. But if this whole process gets shut down, then that's unfortunate.
Leno's brother isn't alone. According to United Nations, one person becomes displaced every 2 seconds because of persecution, violence, or human rights violations. But despite that number of refugees going up across the globe, the number of those taken into the U.S. is on the decline.
So even though the number of refugees in the world has continued to go up by 1 million or more people every year for the last 5 years, in the last 3 years in the United States, we've seen the numbers decline by 75%.
World Relief in Spokane has welcomed in more than 10,000 refugees in the last 30 years. At the end of the day, it's just about freedom for those people.
One thing that I don't take for granted is to be able to go outside and feel free, to not be able to feel like people are threatening me.
Fiddy says the decline in refugees over the past few years has forced World Relief to close 2 of its branches in Ohio and Florida. As for Leno, he's held several different jobs in hospitality, accounting, and is now helping other refugees with World Relief. Aaron?